It's week 5 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. This should be a good one to watch. All that and more coming up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers.
Well, a couple of teams who've underwhelmed thus far squaring off as we're underway in week 5. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10 now. He finds Woods. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. So now here's 3rd and 5. Now looking to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's a throw. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he gets this down to the 41 before being stopped. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. He's dropping back to throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Encroachment defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still third down.
So the penalty yardage moves him a bit closer here for 3rd and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's in for the touchdown. These guys finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Starting at the 10. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their QB, now in his 8th season in the NFL.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard game, several touchdowns, tremendous efficiency.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a man, right side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. He'll throw it. Caught, nice gain left side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And they'll have first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out at, I'd call it about the 12-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
To throw here on first down. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
It's a gain of 4. And that'll be a first down. They give it to him again. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's a give up the middle. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And this one does not go far. It's a pickup of 2, and they'll need a lot more than that on 2nd and 18. Back to throw now. Caught by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Ball at the 33 for first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Now on 2nd and 10. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Receiver in motion, headed right. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. It's about 43 yards for it. One of the league's elder statesmen knocks it through. And that will add to their score.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. Play action on first down. Completed to his running back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Connecting on the slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Has the first and more past midfield. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on.
Holding. Offense.
You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. 3rd and long for him here. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team on the field. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. One of the tight ends motioning right. They'll come out throwing. Finds Woods. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 37. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. They put a receiver in motion here left. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Gets this to Woods. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They send a receiver in motion right. They are throwing it again. Brought in by Ford. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give him a 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. Finds his back complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. It's complete to Ford.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Catch made underneath by the back. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing now from the gun. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. They trail 13-0 here as they go in search of their opening score. Pass play on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Dropping back to throw. Complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
15 yards to go.
Running this one left. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
From midfield now. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down. We're to the 2-minute warning from Salt Lake City. 1st down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Throwing now, off play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Pass play now. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he'll find a little room to get this up to the 10. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
They'll try and punch it in. Has the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. This return starts at the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He takes it himself. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Throwing now on first down. Caught. There's that rookie out of Florida State. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. He finds Woods. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Field goal unit out there on 2nd down as they try for 3 here before halftime. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And they are unable to make this a 2-score game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
1st and 10 from the 41. He's back to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. One last play before the break.
At the 47-yard line, a 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
A final throw before the break. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. So we've reached halftime. Only a 6-point difference between these clubs. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the
Story
great
is halfway
Kate
told.
T.
Let's
Scott.
see what the back
Kate?
half has in store as we get started in the 3rd quarter. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They gain 14 on the play, and that gives them the first. Setting up a throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 4. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and they're going to have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 34-yard line.
From the 34. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Offense trying to add to the defensive effort and turn 6 points into 8.
The offense will line up for a 2-point.
They toss it right. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. Oh, I love seeing this, Brock. They got surprised with the pick-6, but they made absolutely sure there would not be another 2 added on.
Yeah, kind of the epitome of sudden change, especially on such short notice. Not a lot of time to get prepped on that sideline to get out there to defend the 2-point play, but they did their job and limited the damage that came from that interception.
Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now a run here from the gun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there, so consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They've got first down from the 31. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. A give now from the gun. And this one doesn't go far. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking for a throw here. Short pass brought in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. 3rd and just 2 to go. Lone back gets the handoff. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
He's got it over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. They get to him and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
The rush gets home, and they stick him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They'll bring out the punter here, and he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll throw to begin this drive. Gets this to Woods. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Throwing from the gun here. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. Handoff now from the gun. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 38, finds Woods. And they bring him down around the 34. Pick up a 5 on that play, and that'll give him a first down. Running back sent in motion. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Pass play coming here. Dumps it off to his running back. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 3 quarters in the books from this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. From the red zone now. He's got a man left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
He's on the move. Escapes the sack. Ooh, can't avoid that one, and they take him down. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy...
He has the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys go up by 19.
26. Our home team, 7.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Finds a man right side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And they'll have first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Pass play on 1st and 10. Finds his man over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be a first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Looking slant route, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36. Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 24-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Throw left side, complete.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they get a smidgen closer as it's down to 16.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Now a give on the counter. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On now comes their punter. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Now this offense getting set to work here. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Setting up the running back screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Finds the in route complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's going to throw this one. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And it sets up 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
for big yards on the right side. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Offense up to the line fast. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! These guys can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
And that pass is caught. They get the 2 points and a little drama now. We've got ourselves a one-score ball game. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give up the middle. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Salt Lake. These guys up by 8. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Back-to-back carries here. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They give it to him again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
The give here on 2nd. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. This celebration begins for our winners as we say so long from Salt Lake City.